A lot of people deal with stress through yoga, long walks and meditation. Me, I prefer sarcasm, coffee and telling people to piss off. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. Morning shave today as well, and I have to do some work, so it's a quick one. Let's see what happens to the light. It's slightly later in the day, so it might be okay. New razor. This is Erik Anton Berg from Eskilstuna in Sweden, same place as C.V. Helgestrand made his razors in. This is 4/8 perhaps, a full hollow razor with the trademark shark on the scale. So first time trying that out, be interesting to see. First time trying out Pheonix and Beau Spitfire. Looking forward to that. A favorite with a lot of people, British in particular. This is a tallow soap. Scents are leather, juniper and tobacco, and it has a little Spitfire airplane there as well. It was inspired by basically the smell of the maker's grandfather. So I think that's what he said. Or great-grandfather who fought in the Second World War. And he was big on pipes. He was a pipe smoker, so that's where the tobacco comes from. The leather, I don't know, old men smell like leather. maybe the leather jacket of an Air Force pilot, and then a bit of juniper to sweeten things up a bit, and I actually think that works pretty well. Okay, loaded quite a bit. Brush, by the way, is Paladin Winston, 28.9mm badger knot. Smashing, and it's a nice badger too. It's a select badger. You know, people make things up as they go along, but it's a soft brush, quite dense and thick, but soft to the touch. Can you see okay? I think so. Isn't it lovely to be able to shave in daylight alone? No lamps, nothing. Oh, I like that scent. I can't say it reminds me of an older gentleman, although both my grandfathers are not with us anymore. I can't remember what they smelled like. To be perfectly honest, none of them smoked though, and the leather, not so much. My mother's father was a farmer, so he smelled like a farmer. Interesting how childhood scents, albeit weird ones, makes you comfortable and at home. The smell of a farm, you know, he had animals, farm animals, cows, the chicken, the sheep, pigs even. Well, pigs don't smell very nice, to be honest. The hay, the ensilage, if that's English. All of these things smell like home. And I grew up on the actual mill site of a paper mill. A sulfate pulp paper mill, if that tells you anything. So that's, to most people that smells absolutely awful. To me, if I drive through a town, a small town, because they're usually in small towns where they make pulp and paper, it smells like home. My dad, who worked there, obviously said, smells like money. But I have this, you know, this is from childhood, pretty young childhood too. Right? Interesting. And I bet you if you grew up somewhere in at a fishery or where you clean fish, most people would find that absolutely disgusting. I bet you if you grew up with that and your family did that, you'd think it smells nice and at home, and that it makes you calm and interesting. Bit the same thing with soaps, and that's why I really like it when looks good. really like it when soap makers tell a story, you know. It doesn't have to be true. Who's gonna check? You want to believe it's true, if it's a nice one, if it's from torturing and murdering kittens, etc. It's not so nice, perhaps. Then the connotation is more negative. But if it's like things like old relatives or playing in the fields and smell of wet grass, that sort of thing. Okay, let's get cracking. This is the smallest razor I've used in a very long time. Oh, it does a good job. It's professionally honed, not by Niklas this time, but by the guy I got it from, Yumi. He did a good job. It's a rather mild scent, not very strong. There is a difference in, didn't get it super wet, but it's wet enough. It's interesting how, what was I going to say? Oh, something about the razor. It's small. Yeah, I don't know. But it works really well, big and small. Mind you, it's probably a bit easier to navigate a smaller razor than a large one. Wait. The only downside I can see to the small razors is sometimes they're very light. This one seems very well balanced. When they're light, I sometimes don't apply enough pressure and they skid a bit over the skin. But this one has a really nice edge, so that helps, of course. If you have a nice edge, very few other things really matter. So Erik Anton Berg is a very well-known razor maker, and I've got a few. Actually, I'll show you, my keen followers will have seen it before. I'll show you one of my other Erik Anton Berg razors. Now I'll finish the first pass. Didn't I say I had work to do? Jesus. My good friend Matti uploaded something last night or this morning, I can't remember, where he's, because he sent me a bunch of videos the other day from work, where he's been welding and he's turning things, metal, he's driving a forklift truck, he's driving a delivery truck, etc. So this is what I do all day. And then I sent back a picture or a video clip of what I do, which is typing on the damn computer and sometimes talking on the phone. So he put that all together. He did ask permission, and it was pretty funny. I'll put a link. Here we go. Here's the other one. This is perhaps my best razor, Erik Anton Berg, and it's a bit of a difference. It's about half the size, roughly. This is 1 inch, and this might be half an inch, 4/8, maybe, yeah, pretty spot on. So, and they both, well, let's see, we'll do pass number 2. They appear to be very good, both of them. So Pheonix and Beau, check them out. I've got another Pheonix and Beau that I got in that I haven't tried yet, the Albion, and they're just fantastic soaps. Brilliant soap base. And intricate, not super strong scents. I mean, my citrus one, is it citrus or lime? I can't remember, or both. from Pheonix and Beau Citra Royale. Maybe my best smelling soap. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, so check out Matti. There's been a lot of Matti lately in the YouTube universe. He is so entertaining. There you go. You've got to be careful, even though the razor is small and you kind of know what you're doing, you can still cut yourself. Beautiful, really good. So someone got in touch and said, do you want to do roasts? Should we roast each other like MTV roast? And I said, yeah, sure. But then, so I'm working on that. It's difficult. Sort of shave roast. We'll see. It always puts some people off. But we don't care about that. We do all kinds of stupid things here, don't we? You always turn someone off. As long as I have fun, right? That's the most important for all of us. A lot of people bowl leather, and no one really asked me, but I'll volunteer. Why do I face leather? Gotta do the lip. Because the lip is tricky when you talk. Well, I face leather because I enjoy the process of face leathering. That's part of it. But the most important thing, maybe I said this the other day, I'm scatterbrained. I've been out of the house for a year. I'm going crazy. It's two things mainly. One is I get a better leather. I get better control in the leather. I can, and I know what works. I can't determine that when I bow leather. I know that's practice, etc., but it's a shitload of practice that I don't want to do because I don't enjoy it very much. So that's one, I get a better leather. And the second thing is that, my prep routine is I wash the face with a charcoal soap, get it clean. I usually do my head first, so I put a bit of just face moisturizer or aftershave balm on the face to condition the skin for 5 minutes later when I shave the face, and then I work the lather in and it's good. If I bow lather, the face doesn't get prepped as well, even if I put on the balm. So when I bow lather, I find a bigger use for, or I would say I need a pre-shave product. And I never do, I don't, when I face lather. Because it's a combination of pre-shave, procedure, and prepping face and whiskers. It's just better. Okay, let's see. Still smells nice. Not strong at all, but nice. Very sophisticated, very European, and a very close shave. What a great razor. Wow, one of the closest shaves in a while. That's as good as a wick shave. Sorry, and that tells you something, because nothing is better, closer than a wick shave. But this is damn close. And BBS, apart from the usual places where I have to spend half the day to get to that. Cool. Thayer's, magic made by Thayer's. Oh, the halo's coming back. Gotta make sure I don't miss my meeting. Sorry I'm late, I was shaving. It's not an okay excuse in my company. Well, I haven't tried it, I don't think so. While it's slightly damp still, I'm going to put on a bit of face moisturizer. You can't see what it is. Standard stuff. Bulldog, scentless, nothing to do with shaving really. It doesn't have to be. Especially if you put on a splash or witch hazel, then I don't notice a difference between having an aftershave balm, a special product, and a normal good face moisturizer. Pretty much the same thing. If I don't have a tonic or a splash of witch hazel, then the balm will have some good stuff, which I will appreciate. I'm gonna smell good today as well in my lonesome. How do I do this? This is Creed Himalaya. Gotta believe me. That's what it is, so put that on. That's for the crowd. And get going. So this was Erik Anton Berg, about 4/8. No, my God, you can't see anything. Shark on it. It was the Paladin brush, it's all dirty, and it was Spitfire from Pheonix and Beau. Thank you so much for watching. Stay sharp.